Greetings from Atolia. I am the Lord Bones, and this is Alien Isolation. Now, this game came out on the Humble Monthly. Now, I really want to go through some of the games that came out on the Humble Monthly, see whether or not they're actually worth the money. Because a lot of people have proposed to me the idea that the Humble Monthly, which is a service, by the way, that Humble Bundle do, when in which you basically prepay $10, I think it is. It might be a different amount. I'll stick it on the screen now either way. And basically, they will select really high-quality games for you and send them to you, via the normal Humble system. However, a lot of people have proposed that the idea is sort of like pre-ordering Humble Bundles. So maybe we should see whether or not there's some worth in the actual Humble Bundle stuff. So I didn't buy this full price. I bought this through the last time the Humble Monthly went on, and I bought the last, I think it's been 3 currently now, and I've got them all because so far I found at least one game in there that I've actually played. So, this game here is Alien Isolation. It was developed by Creative Assembly, and I think Fuel Interactive did the Mac and Linux versions of it, but Creative Assembly actually made the actual thing. It is obviously published by Sega as well, if you did happen to know. And it was sort of massively posted out by the media as being this game of the year type game, and I do have a few issues with it, and I do have many things that are very good to say about it. But first, this is a PC application, and even though there's a Steam cleaning, we're still going to take a look at the options menu. So firstly, we'll press any key, and we'll go straight into the options menu because this is a PC application, and that is actually important. So if you go into the game options over here, you get you don't get full customization on the controller, really, but you do get full customization when you do the input mapping over here, so you can choose literally everything you actually want. In general, do you want these to apply these changes? No, I do not. In general, you do get a few different things, sensitivity and inverted stuff. This stuff here is very good, by the way. I love the idea that this actually does have its options because it's first person, and having inverted axis and things is very good. Under video, everything I'd ever need, realistically speaking, is here, and it tells you exactly what the anti-aliasing is. It tells you exactly what the anti-aliasing is, which is the ambient occlusion over here, and, actually, does it tell you, actually? No, anti-aliasing's down here, and it tells you there it's SMAA. These are the settings I've used to record the entire game, although I've been recording it with live cam, not with Fraps, because Fraps, for some reason, it just closes down. I have no idea why. Happens occasionally when games use a different version of DirectX, or happen to use something that interferes with DirectX. So, video options very good, audio options, sliders, perfect, subtitles on and off. I can't fault it. It's a AAA title. I kind of did expect that to actually happen. So we're going to hop into the actual game. I'm going to explain the mechanics to you, and then we're just going to end up playing. Oh, it's not play game. Is it continue? Is it? There we go. Continue. I'm going to explain the mechanics to you, and then I'm just going to put clips on from what I've pre-recorded, because this game has you stealthing around a lot and having to concentrate a lot, and that isn't exactly the best thing to actually occur in a video, really. So instead I was just going to explain the basic mechanics, and I'm not even sure where I actually am in this game at the moment. I think I'm at the point of... where actually am I? I can't remember. Oh, I've just got the flamethrower, that was it. Okay, so this is the game right now. I have this thing over here, which will tell me when people are around me, and when there's a goal, which will happen about now, it will tell me the direction I need to go in order to get to my goal. So, currently, right here and now, it doesn't tell me anything whatsoever.
Ripley, heads up. I'm reading lots of malfunctioning systems in your area.
Okay, so it's giving me an objective now. That means, generally, there we go. See a little moving thing there? Tell me exactly where to go. Now, I have a gun. Well, actually, this here is a flamethrower. I do have another gun over here, which is a revolver. I've only got to shoot it a few times. Basically, I generally end up choosing the kill everybody, because generally people end up being really, end up being buggers, let's just say. In general. I do need to be afraid of the alien, which might end up coming if there's an alarm that goes off at any point. Is there anyone behind this thing here? No, there is not. Okay, so the basic mechanics seem to be you have a crouch, and that's as far down as you actually can go. When you walk around as a crouch, you walk slowly and you make less noise, so the alien can't actually see you when you do this. And the basic idea of the game is to go around and sort of solve puzzle type things. We actually can go up here. I'm actually going to let this actually play now. So this is the voice acting for the purpose of this view.
You heard the lady. Let's go.
Okay, that wasn't exactly the best idea for the voice acting. I might end up showing a little bit more of that in the actual pre-recorded clips a little bit more. Do I need to go inside of that room there? No, I don't. Walk up here. Okay, fair enough then. So, what I'm going to show you now is another mechanic over here. So we have a rewire box over here. So if I access a rewire box over here, this is the reason why I actually wanted to go in this particular area as well, I remember now. Is the fact that you can actually rewire systems by looking on the map over there. So you see where it says RW, that's where we are, rewire box. And we could turn off or on an unstable system, I have no idea, or air purification or speaker system. So if I wanted to, I could go over and I could undo that one there and make the air pure in this area. Or I could make a speaker system come on down there which can actually distract people. I'm going to turn on the air purification. It doesn't really matter because I'm only going to be in this area. But those things there do other things, like you can rewire noises and things like that nature. I realise now that I've actually unwired air purification, haven't I? Let's just switch this straight back across. I've removed power, I think, from other areas. That's the reason why it's foggy as hell. Is that the reason why? Okay, either way, it's foggy as hell. Where do I have to go now? Over here. That's basically all the mechanics, really. And as you might notice, the game... Well, you might not notice because the game was freaking foggy.
Wait, the creature. How are we going to seal it in?
The spire was built to process high-value compounds dredged up from the gas giant. Piracy precautions are still in place. The tower can be shut off, vents, doors, everything. So, you build a cage around the creature, and Ricardo locks it down.
Okay, now you probably can see, now it's not so foggy, that the game looks freaking amazing. It looks really good quality. Like this here is definitely AAA sort of graphics here, and the people do look amazing as well. A lot there, by the way, is a part of the idea you can collect resources and you can craft things. So maybe we should go and try to craft something randomly. Actually, can we craft actually a medical kit? Because that might actually be useful. 1, 2, yes, we can actually. So the way we're crafting one of these, as we see, you've got ethanol, a charge pack, blasting cap, sensor, S, C, J injector. No idea. I'll just sort of use the name and go from there. Compound B and bonding agent. These are all the things you can collect around the place. And scrap. Scrap is required for literally everything you craft. Now, I'm going to craft a medical kit. All I have to do is click on the different ingredients. So I'm going to use a S, C, J injector. I'm going to use one with compound Bs. I'm going to use a bonding agent. And now I'll press craft item. And there you go, done. I've not crafted a lot of things, to be fair, because I don't really use the noisemakers that much or anything else that much. So, as far as I'm aware, there's nothing more to that than just the crafting. And I think that's basically all the mechanics, really. I mean, other than the fact that you can obviously run, and that will make more noise for you. You can crouch into different areas, like lift into holding holes, sort of like vents. I'm meant to be going this way, am I? Okay.
Entrance is dead ahead. Use the terminal in reception to open the door.
Okay, I'll open the door over here. And that's basically all mechanics, other than there's a few little mini games. Oh, saving isn't automatically either, by the way. You have to save at these emergency things over here. So keep that in mind. And you can hold and hide inside of these. I did happen to hide quite near the beginning of one of these from the alien. These are pretty much everywhere, to be perfectly honest with you. So I've got to go and find something, have I? Oh, have I got to access the terminal over here? I think that's what I've got to do here. You do find those terminals around the place, and they can actually restore power and do other utilitarian things. So pointless request. These here, by the way, all go into the actual story, so there's loads of writing if you want loads of writing and loads of backstory on this place. Door control, open the door.
Ricardo's finalizing the lockdown. You need to close the security doors all around the stairwell. Then the supply storage, maintenance access, and server hub reception. Report in as you go.
Oh, okay. There's now a guy there. Is he going to try to kill me? I don't think he noticed me. Nope, he did not notice me. He's just there. Okay, those guys there do occasionally try to kill you. They're one of the few things that try to kill you, along with other people try to kill you, and the people that you happen to have to find in the place can also try to kill you as well. Now I'm just going to press escape here, and I'm going to show you some pre-recorded clips, because it's going to be a bit easy for me to talk over this lot, because this is probably going to be a stealth section right now, so it's probably a good time to actually just show you some pre-recorded clips. So, I have a few thoughts on this game. Firstly, let's go to the good. So the sound design of this game is freaking amazing. You actually feel tense all the time. I mean, everything sort of sounds really loud, but it's sort of, I don't know, it feels like you're listening to the actual sounds. It's that sort of immersive sort of element to it. And it's very movie-like in many parts. And I've heard a few sort of, it seems like pre-recorded clips, and the sound in them there is perfectly fine as well. I think the pre-recorded clips, though, are a lower frame rate because it seems to drop whenever I went into them, but I don't exactly know. So, the fact that the music as well, when things come near you, the music sort of changes, it becomes more tense, it becomes more like a movie when you happen to see someone near you in a movie, for example, which is actually quite good, to be perfectly honest with you. It really sort of just, it makes you feel like you're playing a movie, rather than other games that make you feel like you're actually pressing play in a movie. This feels like you actually are in the movie, as it were. And the voice acting is amazing. The puzzles are alright, I think. They generally sort of happen to involve pressing E on everything, pretty much, throughout the entire thing, and other than that, the mini-games are quite interesting. It's quite an interesting way of actually doing the actual thing as well, and there are, I think I've seen 5 mini-games. I think I've seen 2 from the 2, you get these, data things, these data hacker thingies, and you can actually hack into particular doors and particular mechanical things, and they happen to have 2 different mini-games in there, basically different difficulties, the same thing, and then I happen to see 3 mini-games when I had to go to a particular console to unlock something, and they're all pretty easy, but it's pretty nice they actually have them in there. And that is one of the good things, I suppose, as well. And they are, it seems like, it's almost like a Castlevania, because that place I went to I actually went to originally. That's the first place I walked through, pretty much. And the fact that I'm walking back there now, but going to places that I couldn't access before, is sort of part of the Castlevania type deal, if you know what I mean. You get more equipment, and you can go around different places of the ship. And I think it's pretty much free roaming, but I don't really need to bother with free roaming because of my second sort of, I suppose, downside, but I suppose I don't know where to actually place this, but the game is very linear. It is very much so mission, objection, you know, all the way through. Although you probably can explore the entire place, there's no real reason to, and the fact that you saw my screen just when I was trying to craft something, I have no room for stuff, really. Most of the stuff I have either maxed out or nearly maxed out, to be perfectly honest with you, so there's no exactly incentive to go find stuff if I can't even pick up things, and the fact that the alien is somewhere on the ship probably at all times kind of means you're best off just staying on the normal mission. Now, let's go slightly into a little bit of the bad, that the fact that the AI doesn't really react to the player properly. I have a few different occasions where this happened. One of the occasions in which the guy was trying to tell me to go and distract a group of people by turning off some generator. And I thought I was meant to do that, sneak away from them, which I did. It wasn't too difficult really, but I meant to sneak away from them. And I walked up to the guy thinking, okay, I'll walk back up to the guy and then we're going to walk through. But he didn't. He just stood there. Sat there all the time. He didn't even tell me anything. He didn't tell me to go. And the other one didn't tell me to go forward. I'd have liked the fact that it would have given me the option of him whispering to us, come on, let's go. And then I've known to actually just go through the door anyway. I think the fact that it's just too linear in that way, really. That seems like it's way too linear. Like he wants you to go exactly to that door there. Do not go back to that guy there. He will just follow you. You know what I mean? He needs to have a little bit more options. And the second occasion was in which there was someone that was injured inside of a station. I went to find a few people. It's minus story spoiler, but it's quite quite close to the beginning. I think it's like 2 hours in, something like that. And he walks so weirdly. He doesn't walk like a normal human being walks. Like, why on earth would you walk that slowly and sort of move in the way it just doesn't feel human to you whatsoever. And when you walk back to him, he doesn't really respond to you. It doesn't even like he even notice you're in the room. And that is a little bit story killing. So I would recommend spending a little time as possible near people, other than in story situations. So, it's also unclear, occasionally in this game, what enemies can see and what they can't see as well. They seem to be able to spot you from a long, long way away, but it seems to be a little bit forgiving. Now, I play this game on normal difficulty, and occasionally, well, one up from easy, I'm not sure what it's actually called, and occasionally they happen to see me, but they didn't actually spot me there until I was there for a little bit of time, which is a little bit strange, really. I don't know if the difficulty actually means that they literally don't know where you are unless you're there for a little while. And I've got a little bit of I sort of written down a little bit of a paragraph here whilst I was writing notes for this game. And the thing is because this game is mainly stealth, it makes the game longer, even though what it actually end up doing is a little bit, hiding around, sneaking around, and point to point moving into cover and things. The game itself is basically just a puzzle explorer with a basic survival and combat. However, the fact that it's also a stealth game on top of it makes the playing time much longer without actually improving the experience necessarily. This game is very much so like most other horror games, like Amnesia, for example, in which the game itself isn't exactly that, mechanically interesting. It's just the fact that it's a horror game, so you end up having to walk around and stopping and starting all the time. I'm not sure if that's good, not sure if that's bad. Maybe it's just a problem with the genre in general and me. I don't know, but it just seemed like I spent more time just hiding around in things and more time not doing the interesting stuff, which is interacting with the people and figuring out the puzzles and things. Whenever I couldn't figure out a puzzle, I had to then sneak around to the other area, see, is there anything he'd pressing on? Ooh, I have to sneak around this area, is there anything he'd pressing? It was just that continually all the way through a few of the missions, which is exactly the best situation to be in. Other than that the game is very good, and it's still at full price, it seems. I looked up the prices because I always mention the actual price now on these reviews, and the price seems to be basically full price. So I would recommend trying to find this on a little bit of a sale, because it's like 2 years, October 6th, 2014, so you work that out from whenever you are now to February 2016, so it's about a year and a bit. So I don't know whether that's necessarily still worth the full price, but it is old, so you might be able to find cheaper, so you may as well. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth playing through. So this game was released on October 6th. It's currently on sale. It's currently being sold for £32, $50 or €50. I recommend trying to find that a little bit cheaper because it's a little bit older. But I think it's alright. I think it's a good game. I don't know whether it probably was at the time sort of Game of the Year type edition, and definitely as a horror Game of the Year type quality, but I don't necessarily know whether or not I personally would, because I'm not exactly the biggest fan of stealth. So that's my Steam cleaning. Please click on links on your screen, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.